In the last decade, more than 600 migrants have lost their lives in Brooks County due to dehydration and exposure to the elements.
As engineering students at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, our team was able to apply the skills we learned to help find the best solutions to this problem.
Working with the South Texas Human Rights Center, we designed a water station that helps migrants find clean water.
Seeing the immediate impacts of our work in the field has been an incredible experience.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
to welcome you to the Spring 2017 Flora Cameron Lecture. Mr. Cameron.
And just standing here, I'm feeling the tiger pride.
And good afternoon and welcome to San Antonio and home of the Trinity University Tigers as they take on Springfield in the second game for the Tigers of the Leslie Robinson Invitational. Happy to join you here for the second game as we are here at Ron and Jeannie Calgar Gymnasium with the former Trinity President and First Lady here in attendance today as we welcome in Springfield and former Trinity coach Charlie Brock, and here joined by Julian Biles. Julian, take us through a little recap of last night and what you might expect for today.
Sure. So yesterday we saw the Tigers match up against East Texas Baptist University in that double overtime thriller, and it was really a tale of two halves for the Tigers as they were kind of getting blown out in that first half, but ended up storming back through some really good defense in the second half to tie it up and send it to overtime, not once but twice. So today, definitely look for the Tigers to be a little bit more forcible on the defensive end and then maybe work their size advantage. Karthik Reddy getting a start here today. Number 44, the sophomore forward, listed at 6'8". So we'll see if the Tigers can work the ball a little bit lower in the post and maybe get some easy buckets. And yesterday, a big area of issues for the Tigers was the fact that they had a bunch of opportunities, but they just weren't able to finish, and they just weren't able to get the bucket to go.
There's Andy McNulty putting up a three-pointer, and that's rebounded by Stephen Molina. And Tigers come back the other way. Quick ball movement for Trinity, and three-pointer for Matt Jones falls, so the Tigers with a quick 3-0 lead. We'll take you through the starting lineup for Springfield. It's Jake Ross, Andy McNulty, Brandon Eccles, Deontay Sandifer, and Heath Post. And for Trinity, Stephen Molina, Matt Jones, Danny Rivara, Jaden Holden, and Karthik Reddy. And the quick lead here for Trinity, Matt Jones with the three-pointer. He had 22 last night. And fantastic job from the point guard as he set the Trinity career record for assist, and that pass intercepted by Jaden Holden almost travels, gives it up to Molina, puts up the jumper, no good, rebounded by Springfield and Jake Ross.
So we've already seen the height of Reddy come to an advantage as he almost was able to force a turnover and almost got a clean block there, but is whistled for the foul. And so we'll see the first set of free throws for this game as number 22 for Springfield, Jake Ross, heads to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
So Ross at the line for the Pride. Off the back rim, no good. And he'll step up for his second shot. Knocks it down. So both teams on the board now here in the first half. Matt Jones brings it forward for the Tigers. Holden at the top of the key. He's ready on the far side. Ready for three-point line attempt and maybe an offensive foul, yes, as he lowered the shoulder, and would have been a fantastic move on a Saturday during the fall. But as we approach winter, not necessarily the type of move you'd want in a basketball game.
And Reddy checks out of this game. In comes number 34 for the Tigers. That's Aaron Knopp, a junior forward. Also listed at 6'7", so Tigers kind of going for a one-for-one swap as number 22, Jake Ross, is able to get the bucket to go in. It's a tie ball game at 3 apiece for the Tigers and Springfield. Another nice shot by Matt Jones there as he puts up another three-pointer here today
Matt Jones with all kinds of time, almost traveled trying to figure out if he was going to shoot that or not. You saw Molina had a pretty good look at a layup there if he wanted it. Give it up to Jones and knocked down the three. And then on the other end, while we were in replay, there was a missed basket from Springfield. Back to the Tigers as they are setting into their offense. And a foul is going to be called on the floor. It'll be on 41. That is Heath Post.
So that's the first foul for Springfield today. Rivera with the quick inbounds turnaround gets the shooter's roll to go off the front of the rim and in.
So Tigers out to a quick 8-3 lead. Yesterday we saw a lot of runs between Springfield and Southwestern. Both teams able to capitalize at times. They were very streaky both ways and ended up being a not so close game at the end, but both teams would fight back and forth. And so one thing we might see here tonight is Springfield with the opportunity to roll off maybe 8 or 9 points at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yesterday we saw the same kind of story to the match between the Trinity Tigers as well as the East Texas Baptist Tigers. And both teams going on runs in respective halves. Trinity able to stay in the first through some good free throw shooting. And the falling, so now we'll see.
Molina passes up the jumper.
With a shot just shy of the front of the rim, no good. As Jacob Ross takes it. And laid in by number 32, Brandon Eccles. And that'll be his first basket of the game. Now Matt Jones with the ball. Trying to work some offense here. Gets it down low to Knopp. Over to Holden and some quick hands by number 34. Springfield College, Deontay Sandifer, but unable to actually get possession of the ball, so the ball will stay with the Tigers, as we'll see a double substitution as numbers 14 Brooks Mays and number 11 Isaiah Specs checks into this game. And Matt Jones back with that at the top of the three-point line. Nice drive and unable to get the friendly bounce as it bounces back out.
It's Ross knocking down the three, and we are tied at 8 once again.
Yeah, and so far it looks like Ross is kind of the offense for Springfield College here, as he's knocked down a couple of baskets and gotten a couple of free throws to go as well. Now Mays, nice little scoop to get it in.
And Brooks Mays, saw him in double figures last night. There's Ross once again, hand in his face, and he follows up his own miss with an attempt for the rebound. He knocked it out of Knopp's hands and goes off of Ross's hands. So it'll be out of bounds possession to Trinity when we return. 15:41 here in the first half, and you're watching the Tiger Network in the Leslie Robinson Invitational Classic.
In the last decade, more than 600 migrants have lost their lives in Brooks County due to dehydration and exposure to the elements.
As engineering students at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, our team was able to apply the skills we learned to help find the best solutions to this problem.
Working with the South Texas Human Rights Center, we designed a water station that helps migrants find clean water.
Seeing the immediate impacts of our work in the field has been an incredible experience.
And welcome back, as Brooks Mays will take the inbound pass to his point guard. And that is Matt Jones walking the ball across the court for Trinity. Isaiah Specs has checked in, has the ball now. Gives it up to Danny Rivara. Back to Specs, over to Jones. Back to Mays. Trinity just working the ball around. Now Knopf has it, and everybody's touched it on this possession. Jones, shot clock under 10. Rivara, long jumper, no good. And a foul is going to be on Springfield as they fouled Aaron Knopf. And the foul is on number 32, Brandon Eccles. We were talking about Jake Ross earlier. He does lead the team pretty substantially in scoring for the Pride. Comes into this game averaging 21.5 as Specs takes it inside. And Isaiah Specs held off the score sheet last night. Makes the layup here early in the first half. So good for Trinity if they can get him going. He's a guy that comes off the bench and usually puts in about double figures. Most of his games, he's anywhere between 8 and about 14 points off the bench for Trinity. As Eccles fights his way inside with the turnaround jumper. A
nice little low post move there by Eccles, just to powerfully spin into the post and create space with his elbows to get the shot up and in. We'll see Mays with it over to Specs, back over to Matt Jones. Nice little ball rotation by the Tigers here. Now Mays thinking about the shot, gets it over to Knopf, over to Specs, back to Knopf, and a foul coming in by number 14, Ben Diamond of Springfield, and it looks like this one will be called on the floor, so an inbound opportunity for the Tigers as Danny Rivara checks out of this game, replaced by number 45, Matthew Cauliflower. And Matt Jones barely getting the inbounds pass to Isaiah Specs, and Specs unable to knock down that jumper. Very unfriendly bounces. And then McNulty passes it up to number 34, Deontay Sandifer, now back into Eccles, knocks on a jumper, so a soft touch by the big man there, able to get the shot to go.
And for Eccles, now 4 points on the day. He's halfway to his season average.
And a tie ball game here. Just about 6 minutes, a little bit over 6 minutes played in the first half. Matt Jones loses the ball.
That was a nice job there by Sandifer to knock that ball away. And he's rewarded on the far end as he gets out in front for the fast break with the easy layup, and that puts the Pride ahead 14-12. And the travel from Mays. And it'll be a turnover for Trinity. Substitutions coming in. Nylan Yancey, Jaden Holden for Trinity. And number 30. Couple of substitutions here. Sneaking in is Trey Witter and Charlie Clay, as well as I believe Heath Post checking back in.
So now we'll see Charlie Clay, the fresh substitute, take the ball up the court, electing to pass it up to a teammate. And the loss back to Clay. Clay finding number 41, Heath Post, unable to get the shot to go, and a nice rebound by Yancey there. Able to elevate over a couple of defenders, gives it up to Specs. Specs into Holden. Back out to Specs. Good ball rotation
from Yancey.
Travel violation called there.
Sideline inbounds for the Pride. And it'll be Clay to bring the ball up. Clay, a freshman, is playing over 20 minutes a game, coming in off the bench in this one. Kicks out to his wing, and that is Diamond for three, no good, but the rebound for Witter, and Witter keeps the possession alive. Now to Ross, and the hop step, and he's going to double it up for a travel.
So a couple of traveling violations there on both ends. We haven't seen scoring in a couple of minutes here. So Cauliflower inbounds this ball to Brooks Mays. Outstanding in that last game against East Texas.
Yeah, neither team scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Trinity just a touch longer than that. And a foul on Ross.
Yancey to inbound this pass. Over to Brooks Mays, back to Specs. A nice inbounds feed by Yancey to Cauliflower, but it looks like he was fouled and he will be shooting too, and it looks like the foul will be on number 30 for the Pride, Trey Witter. And Cauliflower will take a pair of free throws. Those are his first of the game.
Cauliflower this season not really known for scoring. He's played quite a few minutes. Comes up short on the front end. Played quite a few minutes, and last night we saw him, mostly out there just helping run through the offense, working the ball around. Wasn't even really looking to shoot, would be left wide open at times and would help just kind of facilitate the ball up and around. He misses the second as well. He's playing about 11 minutes a game, but only averaging just about 2 points. But his size and his defense and his rebounding abilities are one of the big reasons he's in here so often.
Yeah, and a very underrated aspect of basketball is the ability to set a screen and help run an offense, just to create spacing on the floor, even if you're not touching the ball. So 4 seconds left on the shot clock. The shot goes up, and a little bit too long as Holden is able to corral the loose ball. Holden taking it up the court. Mays to Specs.
Nice pass from Cauliflower, and I think he faked out Yancey a little bit as well. And so under 12, we'll go back to a media timeout. It has been a while since either team has scored, and we'll be back in just a moment here on Tiger Network.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
.31 left first half. Springfield Pride up 14-12 over the Tigers. And so far today, Trinity shooting 5 of 10, 2 of 3 from downtown. And for the Pride, shooting about 46%. But neither team has scored in the last 2.5 minutes. And the Pride had jumped out to a 6-0 lead pretty quickly about a minute before that. So they're still holding a 6-0 scoring streak right now. But for the Tigers and the Pride, not a whole lot has been falling in the past 2.5 minutes.
So Eccles with the drive, tries to get a shot to go up and almost gets it to go. Also almost getting his own rebound. Corralled by Holden. To Yancey, back to Mays. Mays with the lane, gets it up and in.
Yeah, I'm going to say foul was on the floor. It'll be an inbounds pass off the baseline. So take away the bucket. That would have been good to break the drought, because it's now no points in the last 4 minutes for the Tigers. Substitutions coming in. Cam Earl checks in for the first time for Springfield. Molina back in, and an illegal screen was set, and that would be a foul on Holden. So turnover for Trinity. So they lose the bucket on the foul being on the floor, and now they turn it over.
And so this is something we've seen out of Trinity. I mean, if you think back to yesterday, we saw them kind of stop scoring or slow down their scoring as they get into the second half of the first half.
Clay gives it up. No, that's top of the key 3 for Post. And Heath Post with a 3. That's a 5-point lead for the Pride. And that snaps the 4.5-minute scoring drought. Tiger scoring drought still near 5. Molina gives it up to Jones. Penetrates in, kicks out to Rivara, mid-range jumper. And that's like
shot there.
Automatic for Danny Rivara with that mid-range jumper off the baseline.
Out to Eccles. Back over to Heath Post. Gives it up to Sandifer. And now a drive by number 12, Charlie Clay, is called for the foul. And it will be a foul on the Tigers as the Pride look to inbound this ball. Sandifer gets ready to take this one. And we'll see a substitution as number 25, Andy McNulty, checks back into the game. Now over to McNulty. As Sandifer looks to take the shot, passes it up, and not hitting anything there as the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be a Tiger basketball as Danny Rivera inbounds it to Matt Jones. So let's see if the Tigers can end their, or keep up their scoring. We saw the last bucket coming from a baseline jumper by Danny Rivera. So now Matt Jones gives it up to the corner. Up goes a three. There's a foul.
So Molina fouled on the three, and that kind of bails out the Tigers as Cam Earl had that one blocked, but then as he came down, he had nowhere else to go. And so takes out Molina after the shot and after the block. For Molina, the freshman, averaging just under 7 points a game. He misses the front end there. I like his shooting. His percentage is down a little bit, but has pretty decent range from downtown. He's about a 30% shooter from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's kind of right in line with what Trinity is shooting on the season. They're right about that 31% mark. See if they can keep it up. I mean, he had a wide open look in the corner there. It was just unfortunately fouled.
That one's going to be off Rivera's foot, out of bounds. Possession will stay. 21 seconds on the shot clock for the Pride. And Brian Bloom will check in for Danny Rivera, and Ross will check back in as he goes in for Sandifer. Inbounds pass, top of the key. Pride had Trinity confused on that one. That's going to be a foul on Molina as he takes down Heath Post.
Foul on number 15, Stephen Molina, his second, team foul number 5.
So second foul for Molina, team foul number 5.
2 shots for Heath Post.
Post's first shot is up and good. Post now with 4 points on the day. 1 of 1 from downtown, 1 of 1 from the line, 0 for 2 from inside the arc. And now 5 points for Post and a 3-point lead once again for the Pride. Karthik ready. Gives it up to Molina. Looked at it. Gives up to Jones. Jones falls down. A 4-point play opportunity for him. And McNulty just in a state of disbelief. And I'd say he might have touched him there. I don't know if it was a clear foul, but nonetheless, Matt Jones going to the line. 4-point play opportunity. And Matt Jones, 3 of 3 from downtown, 9 points on the day.
Yeah, and the foul wasn't as clear-cut as the last foul on the Molina corner 3 was, but I think there was definitely a tiny bit of contact there as, you know, he got the hand in the defender got a hand in his face and I think actually touched him on it.
So Jones knocks down the free throw while we were watching the replay there, and Tigers with the lead. Inside, and a nice job by Jake Ross. You can see why he's a 20-point scorer. He can shoot from outside. He can drive inside. He's got a finesse shot inside.
Yeah, definitely one of the Pride's volume shooters. As a
Illegal
foul
screen
is
on
called
Bloom.
on the floor.
In for the Tigers goes Danny Rivera.
And we'll see Jay Holden as Danny Rivera checks into this game.
First, team foul number 6.
So Holden yet to shoot. You know, a little bit surprising for a guy who's just coming off a career high, 31 points last night.
Now
Ross on the far side. Crosses up Bloom. Kicks out. Wide open jumper for Post. Can't get it to fall, but the Pride will gather up the board. That's McNulty. top of the key now.
Swarming defense by Matt Jones there as he fouls number 25, Andy McNulty, going up for the shot. And that'll send him back to the free throw line.
Matt Jones, his first, team foul number 7.
Matt Jones with 10 points and 1 foul. McNulty shooting his first pair of free throws here tonight. Unable to connect on the first one and cannot get the second one to go either. As Rivara picks up the rebound, gets it to Matt Jones. Back to Rivara, and here's Bloom with a nice looking shot. A tad bit short, but Matt Jones, good rebound. Gets it to Molina. Molina driving, scoops, and almost gets it to go. Is fouled in the process and will be headed back to the free throw line. So far, Molina had that three-point play opportunity in the corner as Trinity calls a timeout. And with the scores being 21, Springfield 20, Trinity, we're going to take a quick break here and be right back with you after the timeout.
And welcome back. Just under 8 minutes left to play first half, and we've got a great one here. Springfield Pride up 21-20 over the Tigers, but Stephen Molina will be at the line shooting 2 to try to change that. And first one, front end, no good.
So Molina now shooting 2 for 4 from the free throw line, 50%. See if we can get the second one to go. It's up and it's good. So Molina 3 for 5 from the free throw line, ties up this ball game at 21 apiece.
Yeah, Molina's missed the front end of both of his trips. As you mentioned before the break, 3 shots on the first try, 2 on the second. Offensive foul called, and that'll be because he was backing down, so Eccles' second foul.
So Reddy back in the game, inbounds the ball to Matt Jones. Had a good night yesterday, getting that assist that makes him Trinity's all-time leading assister. Career assister, that is, out to Reddy. And quick hands by Ross there, fast break opportunity, 3v1, good look, and finds number 25, Andy McNulty, for the easy lay-in. So good quick hands by Ross there to get the steal. And a good-looking move on the other end by Molina, able to wrong foot one defender and scoop it home. And now McNulty back with the ball on the other end. Over to post. Back out to McNulty. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ross has it. Pulls up. And can't get this one to go. Good looking rebound by Eccles as he's almost able to get this one to go up and in. Fouled in the act of shooting will send him back to the free throw line.
Yeah, it was a great job by Eccles because he had 3 Tigers with inside position, and he didn't try to fight through it. Waited for the carom to come off, and then wisely tried to put it right back up, because a lot of times when you've got a quick rebound like he grabbed right there, if you go right back up, the guys are still coming down from the rebound attempt, or at least turned around slightly, and they'll reach a little bit more. So Beck's checking back in for Reddy. And Eccles had knocked down the first. He now has 7 points. If he knocks down this one, he ties Ross for the team lead with 8 points. And he does. And Diamond will check in for Eccles.
Rivera with the inbound to Matt Jones. 2-point game as the Pride have a 2-point lead over the Tigers here. Mays up at the top. Gets it to Jones. Over to Specs. And back to Mays. Looking for a backdoor cut, not there. Almost able to find Rivera, almost out of bounds as well.
Yeah, it was a good attempt for Matt Jones to try to save it, but it was right to Springfield. And they'll come down the other way. Good look at 3 from post. Front rim rolls in, and Heath Post now with 8. So 3 players, Ross, Post, and Eccles, all with 8. Pride shooting 10 of 22, 45%. And a blocking foul on McNulty. And that's at least second. That's going to be his second foul. And double bonus situation for Trinity.
For Matt Jones.
Yeah, both teams really shooting the ball very well from the floor. Almost 60% for Trinity. They just haven't taken a ton of shots. But then 45% for Springfield.
Yeah, and good patience by both teams to just kind of work the ball around the 3-point line and find those openings, trying to get easy looks at the basket. And we've seen that kind of come to fruition for Trinity. Like you were just saying, shooting about 60, almost 60% from the floor. The Pride shooting right around that 45, 46% mark as well.
And Matt Jones, 1 of 2. Lead is 4 for the Pride. Clay. Guarded by Jones, goes to his left. Now over to Ross. There's Post underneath. Now they switch. Post outside. Pull-up jumper for Heath Post, and a foul by Mays. And much to the disagreement of Pat Cunningham. So 2 shots for Post.
And it looks like
We're going to call a technical foul.
Yeah, I think it might have been on the retaliation of Brooks Mays, having some choice words for the referee, and it looks like number 22, Ross, will take this one for his team. 1 for 2 from the line here today.
And so for Mays, it's also going to be a personal foul, so that now gives him 2.
So Ross unable to get the first technical to go. Now 1 of 3 from the line, 2 of 4. And we'll have the actual free throws for the previous foul as number 41 for the Pride, Heath Post, 6'6" sophomore forward, looks to take his 2 free throw shots.
First shot from Post is up and good. And Post now with 9. Tied for the team lead with Ross, who just knocked down a free throw. Holden's going to check in for Molina.
Actually, during the technical free throws, also saw a couple of other substitutions as Yancey and Cauliflower check back into this game as well. And still perfect from the line is Heath Post. 4 for 4 on the day, and is now also the team's leading scorer. Matt Jones getting this ball to Yancey. Yancey to Cauliflower, or Holden rather, and back to Yancey. Up goes a shot and over the rim, rebounded by Post. And now Charlie Clay has it, trying to push the pace a little bit. Sanifer over to Post. Back to Clay. And Post pulls up, comes off the front of the rim, and a good rebound by Matt Jones. Now Jones looking to push the tempo, gets it out to the corner. Cauliflower not taking the three. Good pull up by Matt Jones, and he drains the jumper. So far, he's 3 of 4 from the floor today. 4 of 5, excuse me. 3 of 3 from behind the arc. And a good looking night for him so far.
Yeah, Matt Jones scored over 20 last night, now 13 today. He's really turned it up. You get that kind of production of a guy who's also your all-time career assist leader. That's not a bad job from your point guard. So he gets the rebound there as well. And we've talked about it in previous broadcasts. Matt Jones, you know, for his size, is probably the NCAA rebounding leader. I mean, he is in the right place at the right time almost every time. And it feels like every game he just has 6 or 7 rebounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times it's more so about positioning than it is just about raw size. I mean, he comes in at about 5'10", 6 foot tall-ish, that range. So
about that range.
Not the biggest guy on the court for sure, but definitely has great spatial awareness to just know where to be when the shot goes up. And Matt Jones knocks down the first of his 2 free throws. Kind of bringing this lead a little bit closer. A 4-point game. Matt Jones with the second of his pair off the front of the rim.
So the lead's still 4. We're under 4. Which also means the next dead ball will be another media timeout. Ross backs down, jumper from about the free throw line. Can't get it to fall. Rebound for Holden. I believe Holden's still without a shot attempt today.
Yeah, I think you're correct on that one.
So Yancey now driving through the paint. Nice little scoop up and under for Nylan Yancey, and that's his first bucket of the afternoon. And a 2-point lead for the Pride as they bring it back across.
Sweet move by Yancey there. It's a smooth roll. Now over to Sandifer. Sandifer into post. Post going up strong, but meets 2 Tiger defenders and is fouled. Setting him back to the free throw line. It looks like Isaiah Specs and Nylan Yancey were in on that, but Yancey will be called for the foul.
And with the foul, we've got a stoppage in play, and that'll lead us to the media timeout. So 3:15 to play. Springfield will go to the line up 2 when we return. Welcome back. 3:15 to play first half. Springfield up 31-29 as we go to the line. I mentioned at the onset of the broadcast, Springfield head coach Charlie Brock returning back to Trinity, where he coached from 1989 until 1998. And when he left the 97-98 season, the 21-6 record here at Trinity. And then rolled that into a 19-8 campaign for Springfield in his first season, and he's been there ever since.
So Post making the first of his free throws. Still perfect from the line, actually, today. Yeah, and nice tenure by Charlie Brock, head coach of the Springfield Pride, for at both schools, really. Able to put together some good-looking runs at either school. And that will be Post's first miss from the free throw line. Rebound ends up with Matt Jones.
Kicks it now far side to Specs. And checking in for the first time today as we see him is Kobe Patterson for the Tigers. And Specs buries a little baseline jumper, and for Trinity now trailing 1 with 3 minutes play in the half. Clay to the right side, brings back over. Now gets the ball back, down to Sandifer, back to Clay. Diamond with the screen, and they're going to say illegal screen on Diamond. No, they're going to say foul on Charlie Clay, who was maybe with a little push-off move. So he was controlling the dribble at the time.
So now Holden looks to inbound this ball to Matt Jones. A 1-point ball game with about 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Specs with it. Nice quick move there. First year with the ball. Over to Matt Jones into Holden. Good looking runner. Gets it up and in as Holden. That'll be his first shot attempt of the game and also his first bucket. Coming off a really good night yesterday. Scoring upwards of 30 points. I believe that was a career high for him as well. Now Ross with the ball, Springfield's volume shooter, gives it up. Good looking shot, but off the back of the rim.
Yeah, rebounded by Earl there as he gets the ball back, corner 3, and can't get it to fall, but rebound for Jones. Now Jones coast to coast, and opportunity for a 3-point play. Heads up by Matt Jones. And the Tiger point guard has really done a great job here, both yesterday and today. So he had 22 points yesterday. He's got 16 here in the first half. 3 of 3 from downtown, 5 of 6 overall, and 3 of 5 so far at the line. Just an absolutely incredible job from the Trinity point guard.
Yeah, and he's been all over the court here today. He's on top of playing really good offense. He's also been on top, swarmed over his man on the defensive end of the court. Let's see if he can keep this pace up for the rest of the game. But the Tigers here today shooting about 65-ish%. So quality shots coming for them. Good ball movement from them as well.
Yeah, so Jones now with 17 points. And the Tigers with a 4-point lead. Ross 3. No good. Rebound Jones. 5 rebounds now for Matt Jones. Patterson loses the dribble momentarily, but gets it back. Jones gives up to Rivara. Lost his dribble, gets it back to Jones. Jones, nice little pass to Patterson. Kicks out for Isaiah Specs. Front rim no good. Rebounded by Jake Jacobson, who's checked in, the sophomore from Branford, Connecticut. He leads the Pride the other way. That's Ross backing down. Can't find a good shot. Kicks it out for post. Free throw line jumper no good. Rebounded by Holden. Gives it to Matt Jones. And Trinity lucky right there, Matt Jones. That foot could not have gone any further back without being out of bounds. 33 seconds to play here first half. And Jones gets it across half court. And they'll get a timeout for Trinity. And I believe it's just going to be a 30-second timeout. So we'll stay here and go through the stats here in the first half. As we mentioned earlier, Trinity 13 of 21 now, 62% from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown, and 7 of 13 from the free throw line. They did a great job yesterday shooting free throws. That's what actually kept them in the game against East Texas Baptist before they had a little bit of a collapse there in double overtime. For the Pride, though, 34%, 10 of 29. They've really started to really miss here lately. The last 2 minutes and 42 seconds, they're 0 for their last 7. So they had been shooting pretty well before that. 3 of 12 from downtown, but they've been able to stay competitive in this one because they're 9 of 14 from the line so far. Trinity out-rebounding the Pride 17 to 14 to this point.
Yeah, and Trinity also putting together a nice little 7-0 run over the course of the last about 2.5 minutes. So Matt Jones inbounds his ball. About 17 seconds on the shot clock. 30 seconds left in the half. Gets this one back to Rivara. Rivara puts the shot up, and it's off the front of the rim. And now number 22 for the Pride. Ross looks to push it, gets it across half court. And now we'll have another 30-second timeout for the Pride this time.
So Coach Charlie Brock doing the same thing as Trinity's Coach Pat Cunningham did. We want to get a good look at a shot, and Rivera had a really good shot there just off the front of the rim. They fed him wide open for a three, and Rivera 2 of 4 on the day now, 4 points. Leading scorer in the game for Trinity, Matt Jones, 17 points. Molina has got 5, Specs has 4, as does Rivera. For the Pride, though, Heath Post leading the way with 11 points, and Eccles with 8. Ross has 9, and then a bucket for Sandifer and McNulty each, and 36-32, as Ross will take the inbounds play from the far side.
Shot clock is off in this situation as well. 12 seconds left in the half. And a nice steal there by number 15, Molina. Molina runs it, misses it, but Specs is able to get the tip in. So 1 second left. The shot is up by Jacobson and very nearly makes it in the back of the net. So currently, the Trinity Tigers lead the Springfield Pride 38-32 at the end of the first half. And we'll be right back with you here after the 15-minute intermission for the second half. So stay tuned.
In the last decade, more than 600 migrants have lost their lives in Brooks County due to dehydration and exposure to the elements.
As engineering students at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, our team was able to apply the skills we learned to help find the best solutions to this problem.
Working with the South Texas Human Rights Center, we designed a water station that helps migrants find clean water.
Seeing the immediate impacts of our work in the field has been an incredible experience.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
welcome you to the Spring 2017 Flora Cameron Lecture. Mr. Cameron.
And just standing here, I'm feeling the tiger pride.
That when citizens come to City Hall, their voices are actually heard.
Everyone is literally 4 years old.
In the last decade, more than 600 migrants have lost their lives in Brooks County due to dehydration and exposure to the elements.
As engineering students at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, our team was able to apply the skills we learned to help find the best solutions to this problem.
Working with the South Texas Human Rights Center, we designed a water station that helps migrants find clean water.
Seeing the immediate impacts of our work in the field has been an incredible experience.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network with those who know what success is all about. Be brave enough to have a fulfilled life. Trinity University. Discover, grow, become.
Welcome back to the second half, where the Trinity Tigers have a 38-32 lead over the Springfield Pride. As we mentioned earlier, Matt Jones leading the way for everybody in scoring at 17. And other notables include Heath Post with 11. And for Springfield, also Jake Ross with 9 and Brandon Eccles with 8. As Trinity will inbound as Molina gives it up to Jones.
Yeah, and Jones putting together a nice game here tonight, shooting a very efficient 5 of 6 from the field, 3 of 3 from behind the arc to lead everyone in scoring, like you were just saying.
That one tapped away by Sandifer, and there'll be a foul on Matt Jones as he reached in to try to corral the loose ball after Sandifer had knocked it away.
And that'll only be Matt Jones's second foul here tonight. Good effort on both ends as Eccles gets this ball over to McNulty. And a good feed to Eccles, but an even better block by Reddy as Ross tried to get it to Eccles over the top. Reddy was reading it all the way, however. So out of bounds for a Pride throw-in. Sandifer gets it into Ross. Ross to the top of the key with McNulty. Back to Eccles, now back to Ross. And a 3-second violation called on Eccles as he camped the lane there for a second. So now Reddy inbounds his ball to Matt Jones. Let's see if the Tigers can get something going on this offensive possession.
Yeah, one of those calls you don't see very often, but a call that will help out Trinity. As come down with Jones now penetrating, shooting. Won't fall, but a nice rebound for Holden as he fights through. Rivara on the elbow, knocks it down, and that is just prime range for Danny Rivara. We mentioned it before, especially in the college game, to find a guy with a mid-range jumper as consistent as Danny Rivara is pretty hard to find. And an illegal screen called on Springfield, that one going against Post.
So on back-to-back possessions, the Pride give the ball away due to fouls. Trinity able to capitalize on one of those possessions. Let's see if they can do it again here. Now Jones with it. Gets this ball over. With Reddy with it. Nice drive by Reddy. Little hesitation, puts it up and is fouled. And an easy bucket that could have potentially and should have potentially gone in.
Yeah, I think he might have been trying to focus on drawing the contact there. So it looked like he definitely was kind of altering his shot there as he approached the rim, kind of holding up and waiting just a moment to see where the contact was going to come in. And he'll go to the line.
This is his first free throw attempt of the night. 1 for 1. Is perfect from the line. Only taking one shot, however.
Had 5 points last night and did that on back-to-back shots.
Yeah, to open the, I think, whenever he was substituted in last night, he was able to get 2 quick possessions to get on the board.
And he knocks down a pair, and the lead now 10. Minute and a half into the second half. And Molina with another steal. And Sandifer giving chase. And a great job by Molina. Uses the left hand, that's his natural hand, but he used the body to shield off Sandifer. And a 12-point lead as we get to a timeout here called by Springfield. So a full timeout for Coach Brock. Tigers have opened up a 12-point lead, and we'll join you back in just a moment here on Tiger Network.
In the last decade, more than 600 migrants have lost their lives in Brooks County due to dehydration and exposure to the elements.
As engineering students at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, our team was able to apply the skills we learned to help find the best solutions to this problem.
Working with the South Texas Human Rights Center, we designed a water station that helps migrants find clean water.
Seeing the immediate impacts of our work in the field has been an incredible experience.
And welcome back. Both teams out of the timeout and onto the floor. As Springfield will bring it across with McNulty. Guarded by Jones. And over to Ross. Sandifer. Back to Ross. Nice ball movement as they find Post. He'll put up the jumper, and one. Foul will be on Rivara. Nice job by Heath Post.
Yeah, and Post has shot okay from the field today. That makes, with the ball going in, it's 3 of 8 from the floor, but it's 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Misses the front end there, and another rebound from Matt Jones. Makes 6 on the day. Jay Holden's got 7. Those are 2 Tigers leading the way. As Karthik Reddy's pass will go over to the Pride as they come back the other way. Cut the lead down to 10. We talked about it yesterday. Tigers came out of halftime. They trailed 15 going into halftime. Coach Cunningham making the adjustments that they needed. They erased the 15-point lead. Actually, it was an 18-point lead as they gave up a 3 to start the second half. They were able to erase that in about 6 minutes, and we went to the halftime lead here up 6, and they were able to just double that up within the first minute and a half. So great job coming out of the locker room for both days as Rivara knocks down the jumper and the assist to Matt Jones.
A great set of great-looking ball movement there by the Tigers, able to just swing it around until Matt Jones finally had a lane open up for him. Able to kick it out to Rivara last second, and Rivara with that smooth mid-range shot, able to just knock it down with ease. And Reddy unable to get behind that one as McNulty is able to scoop it up and in.
And talk about a smooth shot right there. That's not an easy layup to make, and he made that look pretty routine. Rivara now gives up to Molina. Decides to drive to his left side. Tigers working back through the offense. Jones will cut in and give it back up. Karthik Reddy is a threat from downtown. Doesn't shoot very often, but Holden does, and he knocks it down. And so Holden's only shot 2 after scoring 30, and he's knocked them both down.
So he's shown that he can be a volume scorer as well as a very efficient scorer in separate nights. McNulty swings it over to the post. Back at the top with Sandifer. Now McNulty for the 3, and is able to get that one to go. And McNulty now 1 of 2 of 3 actually from behind the arc. He knocks down a second 3-pointer of the game.
Inside now on the low block. Reddy gives up to Rivara. He also likes to shoot from downtown. Rebound for Holden, and a nice tip in for Jaden Holden. And now 3 of 3 on the day. He's up to 7 points. And we have seen back and forth scoring barrage here by the Pride and Tigers. This is how you like to watch basketball. And Heath Post, turnaround jumper. Excellent shooting being put on by both teams here since the timeout about 3 minutes ago. Molina, spin around, jump around now. Karthik Reddy, front side of the rim, no good. Kicked around, saved by Molina. And he and knee-to-knee contact. See if the guys are okay. Molina bounced up quickly after looking like he was in agonizing pain. There's going to be a foul on Rivara. And got a media timeout. We'll try to figure out the foul on Rivara when we return. We'll be right back here. Media timeout. Tigers up 10, 51-41.
welcome back. Tigers with a 10-point lead, about 5 minutes played in the second half, and a foul just called on Danny Rivera. The wild shot ends up seeing two players hit the deck, and now we're back in the action as McNulty gets the ball over to Ross. Ross to the corner of McNulty. Ross, nice spin, looks off a defender and is able to get it up and in. So the volume shooter, the Pride here, able to get back on the boards in the second half. And a good steal, active hands by McNulty. 1v1 fast break. Unable to get it to go, and a late foul call.
They're going to say goaltending as he grabbed the rim. Or excuse me, not the rim, the net. And so I believe the right call. Coach Cunningham doesn't like it. I think it's the right call because as the ball was in the cylinder, he did grab the rim. Now, I don't know if it made a difference in where the ball was going, but the rules are pretty explicit. You can't grab the net. And the ball back to Trinity. Ross on his last make, now 11 points, so he's into double figures. You mentioned that he came into the game scoring 21 a game, so still way under that. And Sandifer is going to get called for the foul on Jones.
So Springfield College kind of bailed out there with the foul call, or the goaltending call rather, on a 6-0 run in the last about minute. Also shooting 6 for 6 in their last 6 attempts.
And we mentioned in their game yesterday against Southwestern, we saw them be fairly streaky. You know, they would storm ahead and then, you know, lose the lead and be down by quite a bit, but then have great opportunity for a comeback. And Aaron Knopp with the offensive foul as he hooked his way around the defender on the low block. You know, as a former post player, I do not like that new rule. It's the one advantage you had trying to scoop around a defender down low, and McNulty just taking it straight to the rim the last couple of possessions, and it has paid off well for him. He's up to 11 as well, 5 of 7 shooting, and he scored 9 here in the last 2.5 minutes. And Kanapa inside with the easy layup.
Yeah, a nice burst of speed on both ends. As we're having a good little game of basketball as both teams scoring back and forth.
Ross kicks out, right? McNulty for 3. Back rim no good. Rebound by Holden. That is his 9th rebound. And the floater, and he stays perfect. 4 for 4, 9 points, 9 boards, Shaden Holden. It's been a quiet day for him offensively, but he's starting to wake up and come alive. Substitutions coming in for Trinity will be Rivera and Yancey as they go in for Reddy and Jones. So on the court now for Springfield is going to be Diamond, Ross, McNulty, Sandifer, and Post. And Jacobson's going to replace McNulty. And Yancey, Specs, Rivera, Holden, and Knopp for Trinity.
So Holden steps up to the free throw line. This is his first attempt of the night. The ball is up and in. Perfect from the floor in all aspects of his game, really. Tigers still hanging on to that 9-point lead. Specs is able to fight over a screen on Ross. And Knopp got a hand to it, but it's out of bounds, and we'll have a Springfield College inbound opportunity right here coming up.
And Knopp with just a great heads-up play. He looked over late, saw the ball coming up, and natural reaction, just throw his arms up, was able to get a hand on it. Gives Trinity a chance to reset as they were looking to be a bit confused.
So Jacobson with it, gives it up to Ross. Ross over to Post. Post back to Ross. And now out to Sandifer. Out to Jacobson. Jacobson, a tough attempt, but is somehow able to get his own rebound as the shot clock expires. Didn't get a chance to hit anything on his attempt. And with that shot clock violation, it will be a Tiger ball.
So team turnover for the Pride. And just their 10th turnover of the day. Trinity has 14. Inbound from midcourt as now Holden with the ball as he drives around, gives it up to Yancey. I mentioned yesterday Yancey's a scorer. He had 20 in a game earlier this season. Specs down low. Gives it up now. Knopp and fights his way through the defender. I believe that was Ross trying to come over for the block and cannot beats him to the basket. And the Tigers stretch the lead back out to 11 after it had been within 4 here just moments ago.
So both teams, good looking shot, but a turnover. It looks like number 34 rather, Zennifer will be called for the foul there. Tiger basketball, and the Tigers shooting very well in this game so far. 22 of 36 for 61% from the floor. Good efficient night. Also 44% from behind the arc. As Rivera gets this ball over to Specs. Now one of the fresh substitutions, number 12. Taylor Kim checks into this game. Wide open look, can't get it to go. Now Ross, nice transition layup.
Yeah, Ross goes coast to coast and now at 13 points on the day. And that's the type of transition game that I believe Springfield's going to need. Are they going to call a foul? I'm going to say a foul from behind. I thought it was a clean block, but I'm going to call a foul on Ross. Second foul on Ross.
So Rivera shooting his first set of free throws from in this game as well. 1 for 1 from the line.
So 9 points today for Rivera as he leads the team, scoring about 14.5 per game. Trey Witter checks back in. We saw him in the first half. This is the first time we've seen him in the second. And Jacobson brings it across midcourt.
Matched up with Kim, no.
Yancey on Witter, and they give it back up. That's Diamond over to Jake Ross. Front rim, no good. You know, one of the things that we've seen Jake Ross all night do, he's great at following his shots. And he almost got another offensive rebound by following a shot there. That one goes to Trinity.
Yeah, and Ross has 3 boards here today. He also has 3 offensive rebounds, I believe. Or 3 rebounds in general, but it's nice to see him at least follow his shot and provide an opportunity for maybe himself or his teammates to get the rebound if there is one. As we saw Rivera's shot go in and out.
It's Witter near side up to Jacobson. Diamond. Over to Eccles. And then Eccles misses or had it taken away, and they're going to give him a shot attempt. We'll have to see what the stats come by. Yeah, they're going to give Rivera a block, and then they're going to say a turnover on Rivera. So I guess there's only one thing you can do. Maybe just a block out of bounds would have been great, but they give it to the Tigers, and then they take it away. And so 60-49, under 12 media timeout. Take you through a little bit here as we are here at the Leslie Robinson Invitational Classic, and for those that are new to Trinity, Leslie Robinson, coach of the Tigers back in the 1960s and 70s, and was very instrumental in getting Trinity onto the map as far as basketball was concerned. As in the late 60s, he really helped Trinity, leading them to the college division Final Four, where they finished in 3rd place in 1968. And Coach Robinson was inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame in 2013 and coached a lot of Hall of Fame basketball players from the 60s and 70s. And I remember seeing some of those pictures in old Mirage yearbooks of this gymnasium that, you know, they say it can hold 2,200, and I don't know if we've had a wide angle shot here, but you can kind of see that second floor right there. You see those railings. We've got another row of those for a 3rd floor as well, and this place would be absolutely packed with everybody standing all around everywhere back in college division days. The inbounds pass to Ross as he gives it up to Jacobson. Feeding it around. Just great ball movement. It feeds Diamond for a 3. That shot was off the mark. Rebounded by Yancey. He had a really good look at it. And Yancey drives the lane, and this little scoop is going to be a foul on Eccles.
Yeah, and almost getting that one to go. We've seen him put a shot like that up earlier in the first half and actually getting it to go. Real smooth looking, and Yancey will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. First one is off the back of the rim. And Yancey tonight was 2 points on the board on 1 of 2 shooting. That was his first free throw attempt and goes 0 for 2 from the line here today. His career free throw percentage sitting around 67%. As that pass is unable to find his mark, and it looks like...
Yeah, it looked like he may have just been tripped up or slipped maybe on the floor. We saw a lot of slipping on the floor yesterday.
Yeah.
To this point, not a whole lot of it today, which has been very fortunate because some of the slips that we saw were in dangerous situations where guys had fast break attempts and just had everything fall out from underneath them. And so Jones to bring it up. Just about 10 minutes left here in the half. Yancey crosses back over, gets over to Cauliflower. Down to Specs in the corner, and they're going to – Ross was almost certain that it had tipped off of Specs as he was already walking the other way. And it'll stay Trinity ball. And typically when a guy has that much confidence in what the play should be, and you kind of saw the reaction of Specs there too, might have had a good case that was tipped off of by Specs.
Matt Jones gets it over to Danny Rivera. Over to Cauliflower, Specs to Yancey. A nice feed as Specs tries to go up with it, and then it ends up finding Cauliflower, but...
And Cauliflower just unable to pull that one in. Usually a sure-handed. That might have been a travel, not called. That was an awkward step. Kick out for Diamond for 3 again. Beneficiaries will be the Pride as they knock down the 3, and it's an 8-point lead for Trinity.
Matt Jones with it. Yancey has it to Specs. Specs gets it to Rivera. Now back to Matt Jones. And the Tigers so far here tonight have been pretty patient when it comes to using the shot clock. Specs takes a 3 off the mark, hits the back of the rim, and comes back out. But the Tigers have been pretty patient. I mean, they've only put up 39 shots compared to Springfield's 44. As the charge violation will be called against the Pride. But like I was saying, Trinity has only put up 39 shots and is shooting 56% from the floor.
Fourth foul on Eccles, and Holden's going to check back in for Rivera. And it looked like one official had called the block and the other one called the charge, and I didn't see the charge call actually called. I think he just said it out loud because all the players started walking towards the other end of the floor. Call for inbound to Jones. Mays checks back in. And as you mentioned earlier, I mean, Trinity just really working through the progressions. Travel on Mays. As Post will come back in for the Pride. And Reddy in for Trinity. Cauliflower out for the Tigers and Diamond out for the Pride.
So McNulty takes his ball across half center court, rather. Gets it over to Post. Now to Eccles. Finds Ross down low. Specs trying to draw the charge, but was, for one, in the restricted zone, and the referees were not looking to give him that call.
Yeah, I think if he had another step outside that zone, he probably gets that call because he anticipated it coming down and slid down there just in time. Nice defense there from Eccles as he takes the ball away from Jones and feeds McNulty, who's going to be taken down. It'll be a 2-shot foul as Mays with the hard foul prevents the and one opportunity. So his third.
Yeah, and Brooks Mays last night fouled out of the game later towards the second half. And not having quite the same impact here tonight as he had yesterday.
With 2 shots, Randy McNulty.
And McNulty now heading to the free throw line. So far is 0 of 2 here tonight. Make that 0 of 3. Still shooting a good 5 of 8 from the floor. But the free throw line has not been his friend here tonight.
Diamond checked in for Eccles. Yeah, not able to really get it done at the line. There's one that falls. Now 12 points. And we mentioned he had 2 at the first half, and then he ran off 9 in about a 3-minute span earlier here in the second half. And it was really just as fast as he could get his hands on the ball, he was putting it up and driving the lane and doing some great things. And then it just kind of walked away from him. Holden, dangerous pass as Sandifer almost had it. I'm really surprised that Sandifer couldn't take that one. I think he was surprised that the pass came in. Giving back up to Jones now. Molina for 3. Front rim, no good. Rebound for McNulty, and as he drives it down, finds Diamond inside, but won't do anything with it. Kicks it back out. 20 seconds on the shot clock. And Ross just lost it to Holden. He goes the distance, left hand up and in.
Very nice finish there. Able to bobble the ball into the net. And here tonight, both teams kind of playing an efficient game. I mean, 14 turnovers for Springfield, 18 for Trinity. But Springfield really able to capitalize on the turnovers, scoring 24 points off of them. And that could be a difference in this game. And so the double dribble violation called against McNulty.
So under 8 minutes to play here in the game as we go to another media timeout. As we are here for Game 2, Trinity Springfield, the Leslie Robinson Invitational Classic. And we'll be right back here on Tiger Network.
Follow the path that empowers you to be your best self. Surround yourself with people who embrace your quirks, who don't settle, who seek a life without regret, who know how to win, but aren't afraid to fail. Be part of an elite network.
And welcome back to Calgary Gymnasium. As the Ron and Jeannie Calgary Gymnasium, as from the looks of it, both Ron and Jeannie are enjoying this one as the Tigers hold a 7-point lead.
So a tough defense there played by number 34, Deontay Sandifer. Good feed by 2 players. And Rivaro looked like he didn't really know what to do with it. Ends up getting his own rebound and is able to get it up and in. And we're just talking about this during our media timeout break, but Trinity has had 4 turnovers on 4 possessions, or on their previous 4 possessions. A shot coming in here by Ross. Nice smooth touch to get that one to go.
So Ross now up to 18 points. We said he averaged 21 coming in. And you can kind of see how he gets there. It's just consistently throughout the game, knocking down shots as they appear. So he's 7 of 12 on the day, 2 of 4 from downtown. Mays drives the lane. That's going to be a foul on McNulty. It'll be his 4th. So with 6.5 left to play, he'll have to be pretty careful going the rest of the way.
McNulty was not happy with that call. But Mays now heading to the free throw line. His free throw shooting, hoping the Tigers stay in. He last night, tonight, hasn't seen the same success, but is able to get his first free throw attempt of the night to go. And now we'll see Eccles check back into this game. Out comes number 14, Ben Diamond. Also into the game now is Jake Jacobson as McNulty takes a seat with those 4 fouls.
Yeah, so Ross, Jacobson, Eccles, Sandifer, and Post on the floor for the Pride. Mays, Molina, Jones, Rivara, and Reddy for the Tigers. There's Post. He has 15 so far. Gives that to Eccles. Eccles with 8. So they've almost got 3 double-figure scores on the court. So a big opportunity for the Pride. Now 21 points for number 22, Jake Ross.
Yeah, quick release to get the 3-pointer to go. Reddy up at the top with it. Over to Rivara. Rivara again almost able to get his own offensive rebound. But instead, they will call Ross with the foul. Referee or coaches for Springfield not sounding too happy about that one, making their opinions heard as Rivara will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, an important foul there because that's now 4 on Ross. So 6 minutes to go. McNulty and Ross both with 4, and those have been 2 of the guys that have kind of paced them. McNulty has already sat on the bench, and looks like we're going to see Cam Earl check back in for Ross. And so, as mentioned earlier, they had 3 players on the bench with, you know, double-figure type of nights, and so you take out Ross and the sharpshooting that he's just put on the past 2 minutes, and that's going to be a big advantage for Trinity. But Rivara not able to knock that one down, so the lead remains just 6, and Springfield still within striking distance here, and every possession now under 6 minutes becomes very important.
And almost some quick hands by Molina there to get that ball. Up goes a shot by number 21, Cam Earl, but a foul was called on number 15, Molina. It'll be his 3rd foul as that sends Earl to the free throw line. Ball here tonight, yet to take a free throw.
Yeah, so far 0 for 2 on the day. This will be his first opportunity at the line. Only played 6 minutes, though, as he and Jacobson are in for Ross and McNulty at this point in the game. And he knocks down the first. A 5-point lead now.
Yeah, and the Pride creeping closer to the Tigers here, catching up slowly but surely as Earl knocks down his first 2 of 3 free throws.
Well, they're 4 of 4 on their last 4 field goal attempts, and if he knocks this one down, well, even now, still 2 points on that possession. So roughly 5 of their last trips down where they've taken a shot, and they've been able to succeed. So the lead 4. Jones, he's been kind of stuck on 17 points for a while. Molina drives through, gives up to Reddy. Specs will clear out. Now Molina cuts back to the center. This is pretty much Trinity offense where we just see a lot of motion, getting the ball spun around. And Jones, little left-hand hook, can't get it to fall and didn't hit the rim, so alertly Rivara had to put it back up quickly, and he was able to beat the buzzer but couldn't get it to fall. So really, I mean, you can't blame a guy for shot miss from that close range when he basically has to just tip it.
Yeah, and Rivara, I mean, he's been kind of a monster on the offensive glass. He has 5 rebounds here tonight. 3 of those are offensive rebounds, and 2 of those leading to his last 2 points. And so now Reddy will be called for a foul as Eccles tries to spin into the paint and get a shot up. No good, but he'll be sent back to the free throw line. And Reddy now with, I believe, 3 fouls.
Yeah, his 3rd foul, but more importantly, Trinity now committing their 7th foul. Springfield's already committed 10, so the Tigers are shooting double bonus the rest of the way, but now 1-and-1 opportunities for Springfield, even on non-shot attempts. So they'll go to the line on fouls. Reddy will check out, Holden back in, and I'll say with the way that Holden's been playing here lately, you might have, said, hey, we'll just take the miss, don't call the foul on Reddy, let him stay in the game. Because now with Holden in, you've got a guy who's been a terror on the boards, but also been able to score pretty well offensively.
So now Matt Jones with it, swings it over to Molina. This little back screen by Holden. Holden with the ball now. Good spin move, gets it under. and is fouled on his shot attempt. Looks like it'll be on number 15 for the Pride. That's Kendall Baldwin. Or rather, number 41 for the Pride. That's Post. And Holden is able to get his first free throw to fall here tonight. Has shot 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Make that 2 of 2.
So Holden, Rivara, and Jones. Holden and Rivara now with Holden now 14 points. Rivara's got 13, and Jones with 17. And those have really been the three for Trinity the last couple of games where you've just consistent scoring for the Tigers. And that's been such a change where this season we've got just quite a few guys you can count on to score. Illegal screen called on Jacobson. And that'll be a turnover back to Trinity. And so 5-point lead for Tigers. Second foul on Jacobson.
So 4 minutes left in this game.
It'll be interesting to see when they try to put back in both McNulty and Ross. I believe with a 5-point game, you need to start taking your chance. Is that an offensive foul? I'm going to say a block. So Specs, fortunate there. They didn't get caught up for the offensive foul. Is definitely shoved off with the forward arm, but they're going to call the foul on Eccles, and that is his fourth. So 4 fouls now on the big three, basically, for Springfield. So we'll see how Coach Brock will assess the final 4 minutes of the game. This team's only down 5 to Trinity. And we'll join you back for the final 4 minutes here in just a moment. And welcome back live here to Calgary Gymnasium. Under 4 minutes to play in the game. And 69-64, Tigers on top of the Pride. The Tigers at the line, Isaiah Specs. And the beneficiary of the call against against Eccles. And now they're having a conversation of who the shooter might be. It should be Specs. He was the one with the ball. Yeah, Jaden Holden's like, I'll step up and shoot that. but yeah, definitely Specs with the call.
So now for Springfield Union College, we'll see their big three check back into this game. And that big three of Ross, McNulty, and Eccles, each having 4 fouls. Also,
yeah, it's a risky play there, and you've also got Post with 3 fouls. He's had a fantastic night. And Specs gets the rebound, and is that it for Eccles?
I think so. And they'll call it on number 32, White. And that'll be his 5th foul. And his night will be over. Eccles putting up 9 points on 3 of 7 shooting, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and on that rebound attempt, it's called for the blocking fouls.
Yeah, and he finishes with 7 rebounds as well, and I think that might be one of the keys there. I mean, not that they necessarily will need somebody down low, but there was a little bit of an advantage there for Trinity down low early on, and now with Eccles being out, if I'm Springfield, I probably start seeing what the perimeter looks like, and they've got some really good shooters out there that could really do some damage. So another miss for Specs, now 1 of 3. Was able to follow his last miss, but that one being a dead ball. Specs with 7 points on the day. And misses a pair. And McNulty brings it up. And they've had a lot of success penetrating and kicking. Post for a jumper. Nice little baseline mid-range jumper over Rivara. A little taste of your own medicine type of deal right there as Rivara sees another talented shooter from the low post knock down a shot. And the lead 4 for Trinity. Holden gives up to Molina, crosses over, and then traveled. I'm not sure I saw a travel.
It's an interesting call there by the referee. Molina definitely had a wide open Danny Rivara.
I think that might be the first time I've ever seen somebody travel without
truly possessing the basketball.
Yeah, it looked like he had a dribble the whole way through as well. So interesting call. Nonetheless, back to the Pride. Wide open underneath his diamond, blocked by Rivara, taken by Jones. Kick out for Molina. He'll penetrate through. And great defense there from Ross just to stand and not make that move. And the ball will fall. And that should be a basket for Molina. Are they going to say a foul afterwards? Or are they going to say goaltend? Because somebody had touched the rim. I'm going to say offensive foul the other way. So count the basket. Oh, they were going to say goaltend, but they're going to count the basket no matter what. So I think what they were trying to see is if maybe it was offensive goaltending that would have eliminated the basket. Somebody had grabbed the netting as the ball was going through. 6-point lead for Trinity. Now Sandifer over to Ross.
Yeah, and Ross is trying to get on this ball. He's the leading scorer here for the Pride.
Comes up short, rebound, kicked around, post has it, can't control, and lost it underneath. Molina to Rivara, down to Specs. Back his way down, kicks out. Rivara, a little jumper, knocks it down. Danny Rivara, 15 points, 6 of 13 shooting. And we've got a timeout on the floor, 2 minutes to play. So a 30-second timeout for Trinity, and they are up 8. I'm sure Coach Cunningham just wants to go over the defensive strategy for the time being.
Yeah, and Rivara's mid-range shot, I mean, we see it again there. It's such a sweet stroke, able to just turn around and smoothly get it over there. Shooting, like you just mentioned, 6 of 13 from the field here tonight. 0 of 2 from behind the arc, but definitely a nice little performance by him so far. We'll see Jones, Rivara, and Holden leading the way, all 3 in double digits, 17, 15, 14 respectively. And let's see if the Tigers can keep their defense where it has been. They've been holding the Pride to about 46% shooting, down from what it was earlier in this half, at around 50%.
Yeah, for the Tigers, they've got their 5 leading scorers out on the floor. Specs and Molina with 7 and 9 points respectively. Ross, hesitation shot in midair, and that's going to sail out of bounds. That's a difficult play for a shooter. He comes up wanting to shoot that, and then there's a defender right there, so you have to double clutch. And when you double clutch, usually the shot is not going to be anywhere near what you want it to be. So turnover to Trinity.
And over to Molina. Molina to Holden. Holden, nice behind the back move.
Oh, a nice defensive play by Ross.
Tries to slam this one, but is rim-ejected. Called for the foul.
They're going to say it hit the standard. So right above your screen, as you can see, the goal just appears out of thin air right there. It's to the top of the board. You saw a great steal though by Ross, and then just unfortunate because just couldn't quite get it through the rim. Those, on some of the old rims, that probably would have gone straight through. These newer ones have so much give and flex in them, and I think it worked against them. Holden, that's going to be his first miss. No. Well, would have been his first miss, but they take it away, and he'll go to the line.
Foul number 41, East Post is fourth.
So Holden now back to the free throw line. This will be his third trip there. An and one opportunity earlier, and then a pair of two after that. And Holden remains perfect from the line, 4-4.
So what that foul did do, though, is it cost Holden a chance at a double-double right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because he grabbed his own rebound. That would have given him 10. But now at the line, he makes that. So 4 for 4 and 5 for 5 on the day. So 16 points for Holden. And not a bad follow-up for a guy coming off career high. McNulty.
Yeah, I'm sure the Tigers as a whole.
And Ross just lost the grip on that one. And Rivara with the follow-up in the and one opportunity. McNulty, excuse me, can't believe it, and that'll be 5 for McNulty as he will exit with 1:05 to play. And Jacobson will check in.
McNulty leads the game with 12 points.
So of that big three, only one remains. Number 22, Jake Ross, as Rivara now on the boards for 17 points on 50% shooting, 7 of 14.
And the lead now 13, and Tigers on a 9-0 run the last minute 49.
Yeah, and with that free throw, Rivara becomes the Tigers' leading scorer for the night with 18 points, overtaking Matt Jones. Matt Jones, nice move to get out of triple coverage, finds Rivara, who's barely able to tiptoe and stay in bounds. Oh, and almost a nice little alley-oop play going there for the Tigers.
A rebound there for Jones. That'll give him 9 so far. And he's tied with Holden for the game lead with 9 boards. Jones at 17. Rivara has 18. Holden 16. And then Holden and Jones each have 9 rebounds. Rivara's got 6. So those 3 almost into double-double category. And Isaiah Specs will sneak through. He's now got 9 points. He joins Molina with 9. Tigers are really close to having all 5 guys on the court in double figures. They will run out of time before the other 2 can get there. 3-point attempt for Post, in and out, no good. There's 10 rebounds for Holden, and he's got his double-double. And give it up to Jones. That will run out the clock. Trinity will take this one 81-66. And I think it was just a little bit of the foul situation for Springfield here at the end really prevented them from having the opportunity to really give this one a close look. They had it within 4 with 2 minutes to play, and then it was all Trinity with a 11-0 run to close it out in the final 3 minutes, a 14-2 run to close it out over the final 4.5. Like I said, a lot of that was just foul situations where you can't get the guys that you want on the floor late in the game, and that's how basketball goes sometimes. So the Tigers improve now to 6-3 on the season, and for Springfield, they now fall to 4-5, and that's a 5-game losing streak. The next play, Thomas out of Maine on December 30th. That game at 5:30. I believe that would be Eastern time for Springfield. And for Trinity, you can catch us next on January 5th as they return back home and start conference play against the University of Dallas. That'll be a 5:30 tip. The men will play first in conference this year, and then the women will play following that game. But the women will also have games Monday as they take on actually, I don't have that in front of me right now, but they play Monday afternoon, and then they also play their tournament on Wednesday and Thursday. And so you can catch Trinity women's basketball here on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday before the break. And it should be fantastic contests for Coach Cameron Hill and the team. And pardon me while I pull up the schedule for them. So Monday, Louisiana College, 6 p.m. for the women's team. Wednesday against Puget Sound, also 6 p.m. start. And Whitman on the 21st, that's Thursday. That'll be a 4 o'clock start. So if you can't make it out to Calgard Gymnasium, you can catch us here on Tiger Network. And for everybody, all my students and Julian, fantastic job. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you back for men's broadcast in 2018. And if you want to join us for the women's games, we'll be here on Monday night. Take care.
In the last decade, more than 600 migrants have lost their lives in Brooks County due to dehydration and exposure to the elements.
As engineering students at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, our team was able to apply the skills we learned to help find the best solutions to this problem.
Working with the South Texas Human Rights Center, we designed a water station that helps migrants find clean water.
Seeing the immediate impacts of our work in the field has been an incredible experience.